Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to the SBL question practice sessions. As you people know very well that I have already shared you the agenda related to the SBL practice questions. So a short video I have already shared with you. That's how the SBL question practice sessions will execute. Today is 22nd of August. I am Hussain Qazi, facilitator for the limited portion of the strategic business leadership subjects, a limited portion. And the agenda of the today's session, today is 22nd of August, Monday, and apologies for that, for a little bit delay of the session. The case study we will refer, that is Tranart, March-June 2022 exams. And we will focus the reading of the case study, the reading of the case study, and specifically discuss the area of finance. That's 28 marks. That's 28 marks. This is what about the series of small videos where I will discuss the things related to the aspects of the finance first. Because this examination includes the finance 28 marks, the change management 16 marks, and e-marketing 16 marks. So first of all, I will focus with the finance that's related to 28 marks. How to handle the task 3 of this case study, where examiner examined the area of the finance. So initially we will start the reading of the complete case study. Although I will read almost the complete case study part that's relevant to these three areas of the syllabus. These three areas of the syllabus. So that's important. With this particular session, I will provide you the guideline how to handle the examination. Although the practice material I've shared with you and you covered with the recordings, you people aware about that the topic finance is nothing new with respect to SBL. No addition about the finance with the SBL. But whatever the finance aspects examined by the examiner here, you have to connect the things with the strategy. And most of the things, even your writing, it's all about whatever you have studied, F5 and more about F9. For example, examiner examined the things, the strategic aspect related to financial evaluation of any case study. And examiner asked analysis for financial factors, non-financial factors. Sometimes, or most of the times in fact, financial, the long-term aspects like NPV, like payback, and sometimes also the short-term aspect about the management accounting. But even examiner simultaneously examine either long-term or short-term financial aspects. Also need to incorporate the non-financial factors. So this is what about a quick briefing related to the financial aspects. Now it's better to discuss the things and talk about the different aspects once we deal with the question. Candidates, a very important thing, whatever the advices we provide to you, that how to handle the question. How to handle the question means how to read the question, how to plan the question, how to write the question. You must have to strictly obey that advises and regularly practice based on the advices we shared with you. Very important thing, whenever you practice by yourself, then you will need to identify at that point, after the attempt of the question, that what you have attempted and what the advice is given by the teachers or the model answer, and identify the gap, and learn from this gap, that by next experiment means next experiment of the question, not the next session. Next experiment of the question, I will do much better. And that is the point you need to cover accordingly. So very first we are going to move March 22, Tranart, and the particular question, the task 3, the finance. Now come on. This is what about the CB format case study, and I'm going to discuss here. First of all, whenever you start reading any of the professional exams, even SBL, or I do conduct the SBR and AFM as well. So whatever I regularly advise to the students is here that you have first quickly read and develop the mindset, whatever mentioned with the main context or the main screen of the question, and get a quick idea. Then you start quickly with the task, a quick reading of the task, and then move on to the main context and once again read the requirement. Because that's exam, it's about the 4 hours. You have good enough time for planning, and you must have to do a good plan. Good planning means more chances to get success. If a student, any of the student, not able to get good planning and start the examination in hurry, do you remember that? The chances of the success will not higher. So must have to make a good plan. And good plan includes number 1, reading the complete question very carefully. And make sure that you haven't missed any part of the examiner requirement. You have clearly understand all the examiner requirement. That's the first thing. And planning includes 2 more things that I suggest. You have to consider how much time available to attempt any question. So that's called time management. And also, before starting the question, you have to work out with respect to the marks management. Marks. How much to write and what to write. I will discuss these points about the marks management, time management once I will start the question. Now it's time for the reading. Quickly, can you please reply me once again? Is my voice, is my screen, is my picture all clear? Now come on, quickly. Throughout this case study, your role as external consultant. So our role here, the external consultant working for Tranart Consultants, providing a report and other documents as required. Assuming now is March X2, following exhibits available on the left hand side of the screen provide information relevant to the case study. Number one, an overview of X Marine Company. X Marine, something marine, something the business related to sea, water-based some business. X Marine and its competitors. Number two, an article in Yacht Owner magazine comparing X Marine with its two principal competitors. A strategy committee proposal, a letter to you, the consultant, from the chief executive detailing his proposal to create a strategy committee. Employee satisfaction survey results. An email from human resource director to the chief executive about the findings of employee satisfaction survey. Overview of investment appraisal. Summary of proposal for product development. Risk assessment and mitigation. That's risk part. Assessment by operations manager of the significant risk and mitigating activities. Marketing services offers. A summary of a proposal from CAT's company marketing agency offering marketing service to X Marine. My part of the area are these three: investment project, marketing services, and something here related to change management affecting to employee satisfaction. But I will emphasize here with this series of session, number one, first the series of session that's about the investment projects. Then rest of the series about employee satisfaction and marketing services. Now come on. Task one. It's not my part, that's why I'm not reading this. It's not relevant right now. The relevant task from my side, that is number 4, number 3, and number 5. First, the very important, that's task 3. Here, X Marine Board is considering 2 investment projects. Okay, 2 investment projects. A new range of sailing dinghies versus a new range of luxury yachts. So it's about some water related business, sailing dinghies and luxury yachts, which have been summarized by the finance director. X Marine will use the excess funds from sale of its sites to finance any investment it makes. Very careful, you need to read it. Very focused. So till now you have read that. We are here to discuss, or we are here to attend the question where board is considering 2 investment proposals: sailing dinghies and sailing of and luxury yachts. And this is what about investment support from the finance. You people know very well, investment support from finance. So from where they wanted to get the finance? By selling of its one-off site, and by selling one of the sites where they will get excessive funds. Okay. However, it will not have sufficient resources to choose both options. Okay. Not resources to choose both. So it's a investment opportunity, so-called. Any one they would like to opt any one, which one is more beneficial. The chief executive believes that successful significant investment would have a large impact on success of company X Marine over next few years and is seeking your view whether either of proposed investments should be chosen. Okay, so our role as a consultant, and we have to analyze and evaluate the situation and respond to them. So number one, prepare a report. Prepare a report. Here the format is report. Format is report. Advise on financial, non-financial benefits and drawbacks for each of the investment project. Very carefully. Whatever, first of all, understand what's examiner asking to you. Financial, non-financial, benefits, drawbacks for each project. For two projects. So one, for example, project number one. For example, project number one, that is sailing dinghies. So what we should do? Prepare your mind. Financial factors, non-financial factors, financial, non-financial, financial plus points, financial minus points. I mean plus benefits minus drawbacks. Plus factor, non-financial, minus factor, non-financial. For SD, sailing dinghies. Then yacht. Once again, same things. Same thing. Finance, factor plus, finance factor minus, non-financial then plus. So make it clear there are actually, with one statement, you can split your answer in 8 components with the headings. Main heading financial, under the report main heading, although under the report it's the subheading, the financial, and under the financial the plus factors, minus factor, non-financial, then plus, then minus. That is product 1. Then product 2, financial, non-financial. So this is what about the requirement understanding. Clearly understand the requirement. Number 1, the key point. Clearly understand the requirement and design your answer. Design your answer according to requirement. If you draft your answer according to requirement, once you understand the requirement clearly, then it will be easy for you to catch all the marks in the examination, for the SBL exam or whatever the professional exams, even for SBR, AFM. So number 1, advice. And your advices should not be open-ended. That conclude with your sharp recommendations. So what is the meaning of sharp? I will tell you, don't worry. Recommend with reasons. With reasons means your recommendation, it's not like F9 exam, except NPV or F5. Go for product A or accept product A. No. For all professional exams, examiner expecting that you are writing the answer as strategic level. So all of your recommendation must be justified. Back up with the reports. So 3 important elements I will tell you how to draft the recommendation. But wait for this. Recommend with reasons why, if any, should be chosen. Okay, so you have to make a position at one side. As a consultant, you have to conclude your answer at one side. Either the product, sailing, dinghies, or luxury yacht. The very important thing, whenever you are reading the question and identify the things what the examiner requirement and what the technical aspect of the question, technical, you also need to consider with the technical aspects how to indulge the professional skill marks, the professional skill marks. So the professional skill marks available for demonstrating evaluation skills. Okay, here the evaluation skills. By making recommendation, just making justified. Justified means reasoned. You are something writing. So first your statement is recommend. Go for project A. Next line, you have to justify why A, why not B. That is called justified recommendation, which are based on balanced assess of both projects. Balanced. I'm not talking about other part of the syllabus. In the world of finance, either this point of finance subject, either AFM, in the world of finance, balanced assessment means gauge the situation according to risk and benefit. Risk and benefit. If you feel that product 1 having higher risk but not the benefit accordingly, but product B, the returns according to the risk, so go for product B. That is called balanced assessment. That is called balanced assessment. So this is what about the requirement. Okay. Now, number 1, any part of the question, you are attempting any part of the question, the context, the overview of the slide of overview of the question, it's very important. That's reflect to the whole tasks, either for strategy, either for corporate governance, either for finance, either for change management, wherever, even for technology. The main context is very important. Okay. By the way, you have to very much clarify. Imagination is very important if you wanted to innovate something. So first priority is imagination. So your imagination must be clear. If you have read the task 3, that is about the sailing, dinghies, and or luxury yachts, the thing that should be in your mind, that's what's the difference between two. This is the product called yacht. It's something luxury. So during examination, creates an imagination that's about what for SBL exam, about what industry, what company you actually about to answer. That's important. That's very important. So if this is the product, this is something luxury, niche product. A customer is something someone rich, but this is dengue. It's also the water related business matters, sports or like this, but it's not about the luxury. It's not required something very expensive things. So these actually, we need to distinguish between these either of the one product. Are you getting the point? So your imagination is very much important. I know that these type of pictures not available. In fact, this one of the limited picture here available with respect to one of the magazine extract, this one, but only this is what about so-called, that's dinghies. It's not a yacht. Okay. Now, Yachts Marine Company is a yacht fast sailing boat manufacturer based on east coast of Newland. It is biggest revenue earner. Its biggest revenue earner is the sale of cruising yachts. okay, made of fiberglasses. Cruising yachts are mainly powered by wind in the sails with an engine for use if required. Okay, they are designed for use near the seashore and have facilities on board for overnight accommodation. Marines cruising yachts are made in standard molds with limited additional option features available to the customers. So normally the yacht is manufacture of yacht having normally the mindset we have that the manufacturers having the expertise of not limited features but very advanced features. Yes, in fact, it's true. But this company, X Marine, manufacturer of yachts, where they do manufactures or the products having limited additional option features. So their strategies, we cannot say anything. X Marine also carries out maintenance and repair works on yachts. It has contracted and on yachts constructed by other companies. So, number one, the manufacturer of the fast-selling boats, that yacht, and also the service provider. They also provide the maintenance and repair works not only for their own products but other products as well. X Marine has two main competitors. Okay, in cruising yacht market in New Land, Tranart and Kilabi. Ownership and governance. 12 months ago, X Marine acquired a smaller cruising yacht manufacturer, Bersham Company. After acquisition was completed, Tony Bersham's founder and sole shareholder, became X Marine chief executive. In place of X Marine's founder who retired from the business, most of the X Marine's directors have agreed to what he has proposed since he became chief executive, although he had some opposition from the chairman. Okay. The board of X Marine have 5 executive directors, including chief executive, each with 20% holding in X Marine. The board also have 3 non-executive directors, including chairman. I'm just reading quickly about this because it's not the part of finance. Some part affect to the finance. X Marine board is currently discussing seeking listed on the stock exchange. That's impact on our question with respect to finance. The governance requirement which X Marine will have to fulfill if listed on a line with generally accepted governance with best practice. Location. X Marine currently operates 2 different sites. Okay. Both located in town of Hamilton. Okay. These 2 sites are the locations which X Marine and Bersham operated before acquisition. Okay, the locations, it's not changed and it's local. It's local. X Marine board has just agreed the terms for purchase of single large site on the coast at Limepool, the principal yachting center in Newland. Okay, this is relevant for us. This will replace both current sites and financed by their sale. So, okay, so actually they wanted to sell out the current location completely and then go for the another side or acquire for the other side. So in simple words, sell existing business or existing setup and use that funds for the new setups. All these sales have been agreed, leaving surplus of 10 million. Okay, that's the requirement as reference. Requirement is referred, requirement task 3. Here, will use excessive funds from the sale of its sites. That's the meaning of the sale of the sites. Oh, sorry. That's a 10 million. Which can be used for product investment. Okay, so this is what the source of finance in the business, in the question. The move to the new site in Lampool will take place over the next few months. Okay. Barsham wishes to use move to the new site as an opportunity to transform Yex Marine's business. Okay. Over the next 5 years, he wishes Yex Marine's gross profit margin to increase from 40 to 45% and its operating profit margin to increase from 15 to 20%. So that means currently the GP margin is 40% and operating profit margin is 50%. They wanted to increase the profit margin, GP profit margin to 45% and operating profit margins to 20%. By the way, do you people consider that point right now? Even you people are watching the video or taking the live session, whoever, can you please reply me if the gross profit margin is right now 40% and the operating profit margin is 15%. So the difference of 25% reflect what? Reflect what? That is some operating expenses. That no. It's not time to give a suggestion. It's a highlighting point. No? One, the GP margin. Another one is operating profit margin. So GP margin and operating profit margin, operating profit. Huh? So the difference is something about some cost, that operating cost, which is fixed. It's more about fixed. It's fixed. That's a 25%. And you must have to consider one point. The gap is 40 and 15, 25. They wanted to shift 45 to 20. The gap is still same. 45 or 20, 25. 40 and 15, that's also 25. So they are not considering to reduce this cost, reduce this gap, either with respect to the fix or another one. Tony is seeking advice on number of issues from Tranart consultant. Okay, this is the point. Can you all please reply me? Whatever we have discussed or we have read till now, is that clear, all of you? Can you please reply me, yes or no? Okay, thank you very much for this part.